All right, guys. So as you can see here, I am wearing a holster today that I'm happy to be bringing to you. You're going to see it on the table here just in a minute. But what you're going to see is kind of a different outfit, you know? Yeah, no same sweatshirt 3 days in a row. But more importantly, this is basically how I'm going to dress most of the time. I usually wear a button-up shirt like this. Summertime, I'll even wear a short sleeve shirt just like this with jeans, cargo shorts, whatever it might be. But as you can see, and I'll do the quick spin, right? There's not a lot in regards to printing, especially when you're wearing a patterned shirt like this. Any kind of stripes, if you're into polka dots, you know, those types of things will absolutely hide things better. And what you're going to see here is that there's really no printing. Now, again, there's the gun. It's right there, as you can see. It is a very simple draw, so it's 1, 2, and 3. So that's what you want to do. Now, again, keep in mind, this is with an optic. So even with this optic that I have on here, it is still a fairly easy gun to conceal, and even easier to conceal with this holster that I have on it. So let's take a look at it closer up, and let's go to the table.
All right, guys, welcome back to the table. Super excited to be showing you these holsters here, and there's a reason why. Now, obviously, every holster I've shown you up until this point has just been, in my opinion, one of the better holsters that you guys should be really spending your money on. Now, it doesn't necessarily represent every company that's out there, but it represents companies that I've done business with. It represents companies that I'm familiar with and that, in my opinion, have great customer service, and including with that, the quality of build. Now, these are from a company called the Armzmen, and the Armzmen is an actual subscriber to my channel. He also contributes a lot to the live chats, and I didn't even know he made holsters. We kind of just started talking, and he said, oh, yeah, you know, I make holsters on the side, and then he was thinking about going into doing a business on it, and eventually he decided to do that, and I have to say I'm very glad that he did, because he's actually making molds for guns that most people won't touch. Now, this one was the original one that he sent in for the channel, and I did a review on this, and this was for my original APX Centurion. Then, of course, when Beretta announced, oh, by the way, we're going to be, releasing an RDO version of it, I'm like, damn it, now they tell me. So I wound up selling it. I took that money and put it towards the new RDO. And of course, this is it right here. Now, one of the things I'm going to say is if you guys are really looking for a good quality handgun that's about a Glock 19 size, this gun's great. I love it. It's absolutely a fantastic firearm. This optic, not so much, but that's a whole nother story. The battery has died 3 consecutive times with 3 brand new batteries. So this optic is going back to whatever it is, Swamp Fox, and they're going to replace it. And that one better work because it's kind of annoying when you pay for something that doesn't work well. Now, when I looked at holsters, obviously I needed a holster for this in order to carry it. And unfortunately, just like everything else with this gun, there is absolutely no aftermarket support, and including sights and, of course, now holsters. So as far as I know, this company, the Armzmen, is the only company right now that I know of, and I could be wrong, that actually makes a holster that works well for this model of handgun. So this was the original. You'll notice is a plastic Schultz clip. It's very standard on a lot of holsters. They're not bad. Some people don't like them. They could be improved, I think, over time, and I think that's what you're going to see here. Now, this is the newer one. Now, you're going to notice, obviously, there's a cut for the optic, but one of the better features that I'm going to tell you I saw on this when it came to me was the fact that, as you can see right here, he's using now a metal steel clip, and it's like a spring steel. It's very rigid. You can actually see that it is angled towards the kydex, so it doesn't actually push out too much. A lot of people are always concerned that when you look at this clip actually squares off more, so printing is a little bit more obvious. With this, it's a lot thinner, and on top of that, it's actually angled towards the actual the kydex holster, which, again, I think is a brilliant, brilliant thing to do. It's not something that I've seen, and obviously, this is a newer clip than I've seen on others. Now, there are 2 companies, Vetter, that makes the steel clip that it's known for, and also Harry's Holsters, that it makes a thinner version of this that's very, very similar to this. And again, they're both great holsters, but I definitely have to say this is now in the same league with those great companies. So when I looked at this, I said, man, this is such a bonus because you're going to get a better fit, in my opinion. You can also see there's a little bit of a ledge there, so as you push down on the holster, it's actually locking a lot better on your belt. So fantastic. I mean, the fit and finish is great. There's no jagged edges. The lines are nice and smooth. The finish on this is great. And obviously, we're going to take a look at how this gun actually fits in the holster. So let's see. So as it fits in, as you guys can see, there's your resistance point. Let me get that back in there. So that's about your resistance. And then there's your click. Again, single point retention holds the gun perfectly well. There is no movement at all. You can see that the lower of the handgun sticks out just a little bit. And of course, the barrel does protrude a little bit as well. But that's because you do have that kind of that sloped front of the APX, which some people like, some people don't. But nonetheless, what you can see also is the fact that the actual Kydex does not interfere at all with the optic. And even though this optic is not the standard bearer in regards to a Trijicon or let's say a Holosun, this is a little bit wider because of this area here and also because of the side mounted controls. But nonetheless, again, it does not interfere with the holster. Again, some people would say, well, what about the Kydex rubbing off because of these? I have not seen that. There hasn't been really any wear to the slide whatsoever. And by the way, the gun is empty, guys. I know some of you will be like, oh my God, he's muzzling his hand. Nonetheless, and if I say that one more time, drink a beer. But what I'm going to tell you guys is that this, to me, was one of the most exciting holsters of the entire month. Not because it's a knock against any of the other companies, but because finally someone has taken the leap to make a damn holster for this gun. And I'm very grateful that he did. I'm very grateful that I may be the only person who has this right now. And if you are a fan of the APX RDO and the only thing that has ever kept you behind not getting one of these is the fact that there is not a lot of support in regards to holsters, sights, that, everything else, this is a game changer for me. It absolutely makes this holster, in my opinion, fantastic. So much more value in regards to it for the simple fact that you don't find a lot of manufacturers who are willing to make this model for this gun. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Tell me what you think about the Armzmen. Have you had any experience with them? If not, check them out. I think you guys are going to be extremely satisfied with them. I know I've been, and I'm very grateful for this. And now I'm thinking, man, I should have probably bought another RDO, but that's okay. So again, leave some comments down below. Tell me what you think. We've got one more video left in Holster Month, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed this series. As always, everyone, stay safe, have a great night, and freedom is never free.